over there.
No, I'm
Wait
just
for
taking.
the clerk?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the city clerk. That's
Alright, but
correct.
you have to sit over there. You can't
Yeah.
come on this side.
Why can't I come on this side?
Because there's a rule, you can wait outside till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but why can't I come on this side though?
Because we only allow to stay on this side.
Is this side closed to the public?
What begins as a simple First Amendment audit quickly turns into a lesson in how authority should and shouldn't respond to a citizen with a camera, from resistance at the front desk to a surprisingly civil encounter with law enforcement. This visit to Bayonne, New Jersey reveals how public officials handle transparency when the lens is turned on them. But will they pass the real test? Let's find out.
Where'd I put my stuff over here?
What do you need first?
I gotta see the town clerk.
Yeah, still got almost 15 minutes.
You can sign in and sit over there.
Sure.
Alright, come in.
So the town clerk is apparently out at the moment.
It was private, so it's
Suez.
no longer
It's
Suez.
Suez, that's not what to do with Bayonne. Have to go to that.
It's gonna be late then.
I don't think they're charging you.
What do you need?
You have to sit over there, sir.
Excuse me?
If you want to stay in here, you have to stay over there.
No, I'm
Wait
just
for
taking.
the clerk?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the city clerk. That's
Alright, but
correct.
you have to sit over there. You can't
Yeah.
come on this side.
Why can't I come on this side?
Because there's a rule, you can wait outside till 1 o'clock.
Yeah, but why can't I come on this side though?
Because we only allow to stay on this side.
Is this side closed to the public?
Well, they just want you to wait over there.
I know, but this is a public building. I'm a
He's giving me
journalist.
a hard time about
Right,
sitting
they don't want people strolling
around the
through the
building.
hallways unnecessarily
Yeah, it's not unnecessarily, sir.
with the COVID going on.
No, I understand.
You know, hey guys, Merry Christmas.
No, it's not unnecessarily. I'm an independent journalist. I'm just working on a story. I'm going to be going into the publicly accessible areas of the building. That's all.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh.
Hi, sir. Can I help you?
Hi. How are you?
Hi.
Actually,
Can you step in?
Yeah. I got locked out.
Okay. Yeah. No. Because it does lock. What can we do for you?
Nothing. I'm just an independent journalist. I'm gathering content for a story here at City Hall.
Okay.
Correct.
And did you sign in front?
Correct. Yeah.
You did. Okay. So let's just move our way up to the front. And so, so you're an independent journalist.
Independent
You're not
journalist.
with any...
No, independent.
Okay.
Independent.
All right. That's fine. Let's just walk up to the front of the building just to see your sign-in sheet.
Yeah. I have no reason to lie to you, ma'am.
No. Not that you would have a reason to lie. We just need to check identification and sign in.
Yeah.
That's all. We can walk up. He's waiting for the health department. Okay.
And you are, ma'am?
My name?
Yeah.
My name's Deirdre.
Deirdre?
Yes.
And what capacity do you work here?
What capacity?
Yeah,
I'm a clerk with the city.
You're a city
Yep.
clerk.
Yep. Now, did you come into the building for any documentation? Did you
Correct.
put a-
Yeah. I'm going to be doing an Oprah request as well.
But have you submitted it yet?
No, I have not submitted the Oprah
Okay.
request.
Okay.
No.
Not a problem. Do you need to submit an Oprah?
Yes, I'm going to.
Okay, then that would be in city clerk's office. So let's do that.
Mayor's office over here.
Okay, where's the sign-in sheet?
What's that?
I did not see it.
You call me.
I don't know what this lady thinks.
It's not open right now.
First of all,
Sir?
I have a
Yeah.
desk and
Hi,
most of the
can I
time
just
you
see,
need appointments.
where was the sign-in sheet?
Yeah, I signed in right over here, man.
Okay.
Right here.
And where's your,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right there.
Ben Franklin?
Correct.
Okay, do you have identification on you?
Yeah, it's
No.
sort of late,
No,
you
okay.
know.
No.
You don't have ID?
No. I would no, even if I did, I don't have it, but even if I did, I wouldn't give it to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
No.
I was
This
just
is a public building, ma'am.
No, I understand that. I
Okay.
understand that. But due to the fact that we do have a sign-in sheet, that's why I was asking.
Yeah. Do you check everybody who signs in?
What's that?
Do you guys check everybody
I
who
don't
signs
actually
in?
work in the front. I don't work in the front lobby. So, you know.
So exactly. So I feel like you're discriminating against me just because I have a camera.
No, well, I mean, typically, honestly, we haven't seen, people walking around to different offices with a camera recording. So I was just, you know, in seeing
Well, it would
that,
make
I
sense.
just,
It would make sense that I'm a journalist, and that's why I'd be walking around with a camera, correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's why I asked for credentials if you're a journalist.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
you
Thank
know,
you.
Okay. Now, did you need to still put in that Oprah that you mentioned?
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of it right before I leave.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, yeah. The city clerk's office is there, so that's where the Oprah would be.
Great.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Deidre.
You're welcome.
Municipal Court. There's the door to the courtroom over here. Code enforcement. Do not enter. Sure. No problem.
May we help you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Who are you, ma'am?
I work in the criminal department.
The criminal department?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I don't need any help from the criminal department, no.
I understand that. I was just saying, do you need any help?
Oh, no. Thank you. Appreciate it.
What's going on, man? How are
Hey,
you?
how are you?
All right. My name's Detective Dundas. Sergeant Wade is coming in.
Sergeant Wade?
Yeah.
And Detective Dundas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask why you're filming?
Yeah, sure.
City Hall?
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist. I'm just gathering content for a story.
Okay, very good. Can I ask your name?
I signed in downstairs.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So your name's Ben Franklin?
I signed in downstairs.
Okay.
Are you here to see someone? Because
Well,
they're
yeah.
open on a limited basis, just like by appointments.
Yeah, well, I had...
COVID and everything.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm not going anywhere. There's not a lot of people in here. I'm just getting the posters here,
Okay.
getting the walls. That's
like
it.
I said, they're open by appointment only,
Yeah,
just because of the recent COVID outbreak. They don't want a lot of people in and out of the building.
yeah. No, I thought that was the whole point of signing in, so they can monitor that. But no one told... they told me I could film as much as I want.
No, don't stop
You
you from
can.
filming. It's just, if you're not here to see someone...
No, I am
you're
here to
not-
see. I am here to see someone. Correct.
Who? Do you have
The
an
city.
appointment?
Yeah, the city clerk. I don't need an appointment. That's what I'm saying. That I think you got bad information, Sergeant.
I thought they were only open on a limited basis because of the recent COVID outbreak.
No, they told me that I can go see the city clerk whenever I want, and that's my plan to go see the city clerk. That's
Oh,
correct.
okay, after you walk around?
Yeah, after I walk around and get all the architecture of the building, the posters that are posted.
All right.
You know, that's all I'm doing here.
All right.
Nothing major.
Just so you're aware, you're free to go at any time.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I mean, we live in America. I would hope so.
That's-
I would hope so. I'm
See
free
the
to
hat, I
leave.
see the sweater. I get it.
I would hope so.
I
That would
get
be cool. Oh yeah, no. I'd like you. Like, oh, you were trying to say that you're not detaining me or anything
I'm
like
not
that.
detaining.
No, for sure. Consensual encounter. I understand. Yeah, and I'm talking back. I have no problem. I'm not hiding anything. So
Not even give you a hard time, we're just trying to
A
figure
body
out.
cam too?
yeah, body cam. Yeah, just in
Nice.
case. Never could be too safe. You guys should get body cameras.
We have one.
We got
You have them? You're not wearing them.
Huh?
Oh, that's a body camera. Okay, gotcha.
All right.
All right. Well,
All right.
thanks
All right,
guys.
well,
Appreciate it.
We're
Thank
gonna
you.
hang out.
Yeah, do what you need
First
to
floor,
do.
second floor. You do what you got to do,
Yeah, sure.
and you have a good one.
All right.
Ben?
All right. Thank you.
Ben?
What was your name again?
Will.
Will.
Dundas.
Will. Okay.
Ben?
Ben. There you
Ben,
go.
Nice to meet you, Ben.
All right, buddy, if you need anything, let us know.
All right. Thanks, Sarge. Well, that didn't go too badly. Doesn't seem like they want to violate my rights here today. I just knew that this city hall was gonna be calling the police. I had that feeling. I signed in on their sign-in sheet. I'm telling them who I am, but yet they still feel the need to call law enforcement. Oh man, I'm just a guy with a camera, and I'm a nice guy. I don't really understand, but what are you gonna do?
Have a good one. Still here?
Yeah, still
A lot
here.
of footage, my man.
Yeah, I gotta get it.
I got you.
Take care.
Have a good one.
You too. No, he's downstairs now. So-
Kind of makes people nervous, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, can you guys see if like, let's say, a lot of these, there's cameras all over this building, correct?
Yeah.
It would be a waste of resources, right? If I just walked into this building and I called you and I was like, officers, I'm feeling really uncomfortable because I'm being filmed everywhere I'm going. Now, if you reverse it like that, doesn't it seem silly?
You said you're a journalist?
Yeah,
Do
correct.
you have any journalist credentials?
None that I'm going to provide, no. None that I'm going to provide.
So let's think about it this way. Let's think about the norm,
Yeah,
right? So the security cameras that are all over this building,
Mm-hmm.
they're there every day, right?
correct.
So they become normal in everyday life. Kind
I'm-
of like the mask that you're wearing.
I'm
on your
glad.
face,
I'm glad you're saying that.
right? A guy walking around filming while you're allowed to, and you have every right to do so, and we've told you that. It's not normal. Therefore, people call the police because they see something out of the norm,
Okay, so
which is why we come and talk to you.
which is, and I can see that point, and which is exactly why I go around in city buildings and I film. I want it to become normal, just because like we're desensitized to the cameras that are always looming over our heads. There should be no problem with I'm not coming in here saying I don't have to answer questions, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that, because I don't. You know
But I
that.
think you had a pretty normal conversation with us.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've had some worse experiences.
I'm sure I have.
Right? So-
I'm positive I have,
Yeah,
and
well.
and that's not what I'm looking for. I want to have positive experiences. I want people to respect my rights the same way. There is no expectation of privacy in public. Like I said, there's a bunch of cameras. So if I walked in here and I called you guys, and it's kind of ridiculous. But I can understand why.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, it's not in the norm. But maybe it should be. What's so wrong about a citizen of the United States checking up on their government and making sure everything's all right?
Nobody said there wasn't anything.
Exactly. No, I'm not. It was more of a rhetorical question.
I got you.
But
It's not.
yeah,
But phone calls are made, as
and
you just
and you have
saw,
to respond.
And we respond.
But
That's it.
another thing is that when I understand you have to respond because that's your job. You're here to protect and serve the public.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be really great if you came, investigated,
Mm-hmm.
find out that I wasn't a threat, and then went on your way to things that are more productive for a police officer to do. You know, that's another thing that, I'm trying to promote is that, okay, they called the police. Hey, ma'am, he says he's an independent journalist. He has freedom of press in this country. He's not, is he being rude to you? I mean, he's been very cordial with you, just he's been cordial with me. There's nothing else I could do. I'm not feelings enforcement. I'm not policy enforcement. I'm law enforcement. Have a nice day. If you need anything else, call us back. Right?
Let me ask you
Wouldn't that be a nice waste of resources?
What you just said.
Yeah.
We came downstairs, right?
Yeah.
We left you.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, for sure. I think, and a lot of, I disseminate this information to the public as a journalist does. And a lot of the people who watch these videos, they are concerned, especially people in your own city. There's people all over the world, but they're concerned about the waste of taxpayer money. It's doesn't seem like a wise use of resources. Again,
You
that's
can
for
have your
you.
opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's entitled to one.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's all.
He was just there.
There you go.
He was just at the door. Guy with this.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm supposed to be.
Hey, Sarge, I didn't catch your name.
Sergeant Wade, W-A-D-E.
W-A-D-E? Okay, thank you, Sergeant. Okay, great. All right, so let's do our Oprah request. Trying to talk some sense into these officers, They seem pretty reasonable. Hi, sir, how are you? Can I get an Oprah request, please?
You're gonna pay this, and then after you finish paying that, you're gonna take the yellow up, right? The
Thank you.
yellow goes upstairs.
Yes, sir.
Let's fill out this Open Public Records Act request. Again, they are called differently. They're different names: FOIA, Oprah, Foil, with an L. So let's fill this out. We're going to be requesting the first name, last name, salary, all city hall employees, all city employees, I should say. And as well as they have a American with Disabilities Act director here, as they should. Seems like they have more than 50 people. So let's fill this out. Sir, can I get your name, please? Can I get your name? No, yeah, I'm talking to you. That's correct.
Yeah, Major.
Major?
That's a name.
Yeah. Do you work for the city?
Yeah.
In what capacity?
I work with Mayor.
You work with the mayor's office?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is everything
great.
good? Is there anything?
Yeah, no, I heard you over there, trying to disparage my character.
No, I wasn't. No, I was telling them that you're allowed to do this.
Yeah, but you're trying to say that I'm trying to
you're
antagonize
allowed.
people, and that's just not true.
No. What I said was, I said, if the people feel uncomfortable, God forbid,
Yeah.
don't make them feel uncomfortable. But
Okay.
come on, walk.
But I haven't been.
Come on, walk.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm doing a request right now, but
all right. No, what I'm saying is this. We don't mind. This is a public building.
Yeah,
you can
for
film
sure.
all you want. And
I know that.
upstairs, downstairs, and everything
Yeah.
else like that. There's no problem.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay.
No, there's nothing.
I just want to let you know that that's
No,
my
this is
intention.
good.
My intention is only to hold the government, the city, accountable and transparency.
I'm
That's
with
it.
you on that. I'm with
That's
you on
it.
that.
That's all. That's my own purpose.
No,
That's
there's no
but
problem with
I'm
that.
not here sticking cameras in people's faces. I thought if I mischaracterized what I heard, I apologize.
No, what I was saying to you is this. To them, I said, this man is allowed to do it.
Yeah.
Too much noise.
Yeah.
You're allowed to film. The only thing is what they do is sometimes they're supposed to call ahead to the office that you want to visit.
Okay.
Because it's open, but it's like a not quasi. They just want to let you know which room you have to go to, so they're aware that somebody's coming, just in case they have other people that are waiting online, not to cause what's the word I'm looking for?
Like a backup?
A backup. Thank you. Simple word. Simple word.
A backup.
Yeah, no, that's it. But no,
Okay.
you're allowed to film what you want. It's a public.
And I just want you to know, Major, that I've been more than cordial with everybody, and I'm not sitting there just holding cameras in people's faces.
No, what happened? We got a call.
Yeah.
The call was, this person filming everything, and people get nervous.
Yeah.
People just get
Yeah.
nervous.
But they come up to me, and I'm saying, hey, I'm an independent journalist. I'm gathering content for a story. I want to see what signs you have in here. I want to do an Oprah request for, certain documents. Transparency. I'm a big believer in transparency for the government. We're taxpayers. We pay money in taxes.
That's what it is.
So,
No,
that's it.
That's it. It's just that people get nervous. And they say, oh, why is someone doing it? Why? And what are you going to do? So,
Yeah.
you know what it is? They call the police, and so I was trying to tell the police, check and say, no, it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
check.
They've been all right.
Don't check.
Yeah. They've been all right. I want to submit this request. Thank you. Nice talking to you,
pleasure
Major.
meeting
I want to shake your hand. Thank you.
It's okay. Pleasure meeting. If you need anything, just, don't hesitate.
Okay,
like I said,
great.
This is an open door policy here.
For sure.
There's nothing, everything is, like I said, open. You see everything here. Did you see the wall of veterans?
I did. I love that. I did see it, but I'll go take a look again.
Because I'm sorry, the sorry was to be sorry.
Excuse me, sir.
These are all veterans
Yeah.
in Bayonne that served in the country. And it's just a wonderful
I go to city halls all the time,
this
and
is
I've
what
never
they did.
seen something
My
like this.
father's on the wall, down the hall.
Yeah.
It's all veterans that served in the country. And from Bayonne. All
Yeah.
Bayonne people. Look at them all.
These are all from Bayonne.
All Bayonne.
Wow.
All of these. Look at all these.
Wow.
Is this fantastic or what?
It is fantastic. I love it.
This is just beautiful. You don't see this anywhere. What we're
No.
doing is now we're trying to
I
work.
don't.
The mayor's trying to do a thing where you'll have like a sheet.
Yeah.
And on the sheet it'll say if you have an uncle, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony Smith. Oh, Tony Smith is located on, wall 8. Let's say if there's a number there,
Yeah.
wall 8 and 3rd row down, 2 over.
Oh,
which is
okay.
really
Like
cool.
a directory type of deal where
Exactly.
they could find out
Exactly.
each person. That's
Well,
so cool. I'll tell you one thing.
this-
I've been to a lot of city halls, town halls, and I have never seen something
This is unique.
as extensive as this. When I was walking down here earlier, I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool.
Are you a Bayonne guy or Hudson County guy?
No, I'm not from Bayonne. I'm not from Bayonne.
This is a great, well, I'll tell you what, we had people telling us the other day, the mayor was out the other day with ambulance Santa.
Yeah.
And it's an ambulance with all the lights on it and stuff like that. And they were going around giving presents out to the kids and everything.
That's awesome.
Like that. They do more good things around here.
That's awesome.
With giving schools, grammar schools, housing, does a support thing where they pick out certain children who are in need and they take care of them and everything else. We do one of the best holiday things you've ever seen. Did you see the park across the street?
No, I
Just
haven't checked
opened
it
the
out.
park,
A park?
half of the park.
You see,
It's
listen,
almost
I want to say something really quick.
Sure.
If people would appreciate, because I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm good, Good Morning America, but I would also say that a lot of people,
Street journalism.
a lot of people view my videos, and I've never had I can't remember a time where I've had somebody who says, hey, look, take a look at this. Look at what I'm proud of from my city. Look at this. Look at my veterans walls. Look at the park.
Take a look at the park.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Show you the park. You see, this is Mr. Ferrucci, who's one of our favorite citizens.
Frank P. Perucci.
He was one of the nicest gentlemen you ever met. He just passed away in 17. This is outdoor street hockey, right?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Outdoor street hockey over here. That's pretty cool.
We just had a street lighting. That tree's lit at night. Now that's the last part of the park to be worked on.
What is this?
That's where the plaque will go.
Oh, okay.
The name.
Okay.
of the
Oh,
park.
so this is all fairly new.
Fitzpatrick Park.
Fitzpatrick Park.
Which is They're still working over there.
Yeah.
Still working over there.
Okay. Well, it's a beautiful park.
Isn't it beautiful?
What was here before?
It was a park, but it was run down.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what it is? He's trying so hard to improve the recreation for the kids.
Yeah.
He's very big on things for students, very big for the kids. It's a passion of his.
That's good.
The mayor is fantastic.
That's good. That's good. And I'm glad the people, because like I said, not Good Morning America, but hundreds of thousands of people, and that's what nobody really understands. In this day of social media, people can become, you might see me and you're like, hey, that guy only got, what is he?
Some of the best, fastest breaking stories.
Yeah.
Never covered by Fox,
Nope.
CNN,
MSNBC, yep.
MSNBC,
Yep.
all of them. Never covered by any of them.
Yep.
But the independent journalists, the what do you call them? The street journalists,
Yep.
they're out there.
Yep.
They're in the middle of it, you know? I mean,
Exactly.
well,
Like I said, hundreds of thousands of people will see this, and I'm sure your mayor will be very proud that you've shown good light on his city.
It is.
Because that's the way it should be.
I've been in the city
Shouldn't
my
be
whole life.
confrontational.
Never left.
Yeah?
My whole life.
Your whole
Born
life.
and bred.
So you love it here.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
That's how I feel about where I'm from.
What?
That's I'm from Suffolk County.
New York or New York?
Long Island, New York.
Oh.
Long Island. Yeah, I'm back. He was just showing me the beautiful park he got.
Came out nice, right?
It did. Born and raised in Bayonne?
Yeah, man.
That's cool. Serving your community. I love it. You could just email the request to me in the time that you have allotted to you to do it. That's fine. It's just the first, last name, and salary of all city employees.
I'll go to the person who does it. No
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Take care, Will.
Ben, even though I doubt that's your name, I'm out of here.
Take care.
If this video teaches us anything, it's that the best way to avoid conflict is through mutual respect and understanding. Law enforcement doesn't need to escalate when there's no threat, and citizens should feel empowered to peacefully hold government accountable. When both sides stay calm and respectful, transparency becomes possible. That's how we strengthen our democracy, one conversation at a time. What happens when a journalist confronts a local chief over allegations of gun trafficking, political corruption, and an abuse of power? In this unexpected face-to-face, you'll hear both accusation and defense, from stolen campaign signs to a gun allegedly tied to a crime. But is it all just rumor or something more? Stick around as we peel back the layers of a story that blurs the lines between public service and scandal.
Mr. Lute. Hey, how are you? How's it going?
Nah, I'm good by myself, thanks.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be all right.
How you doing,
How you
kid?
doing, Chief?
I'm doing good.
Nice to meet you, man.
Now that I'm working, because I was
Yeah.
off that day,
Oh, because you had said you
and
weren't
I'm in uniform, now you can ask me anything you got to ask me.
Oh no, because you had said you weren't. I had gotten people to talk to me. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, 10-4, I'm good.
No.
Don't worry about it.
You're the chief, right?
I told him I don't know who that person is, that we don't all work together every night.
Yeah. I was talking to Murdoko.
Yeah, 10-4, I'm with him now.
Yeah. So,
What can I do for you?
So, no, nothing. So, I'm glad to find out that you're the chief, because I thought you were just some random person when last time we met.
Right.
So that you're the chief or whatever. But James Murdoko, Murdoko.
Okay.
James Murdoko. You know, I saw that he was arrested for domestic violence.
He was.
He was? Okay. Is he still employed with the
Yeah.
He's still employed with the Port Jefferson
Here and his
Constables?
other job, yes.
Oh, okay. So is that like pending
Yes, and
resolution?
in fact, there's
Because I know everybody's innocent until proven guilty. So
Well, yeah, that's in all cases.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And, I heard that you paid a visit to one of my bosses and you told him all kinds of stuff. And
I was asking. I was asking.
so-
I just want to know because that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's what people, ever since
and
I posted
I know where you heard it from too.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you where I heard it from.
I know
but
exactly where you heard it from.
Same
guy.
I've heard
And what I
people
would
reached
tell
out.
you is-
Yeah, go ahead. Cause
Look into that guy's background
okay,
and you will be shocked.
okay.
Okay.
I mean, because I heard a situation happened with the kids where he broke your larynx or something. A kid, a 15-year-old. Yeah, 15-year-old riding bikes in front of.
No, I had a concussion actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't want to
ended up
spread.
fighting with 3 or 4 of them at once, and
Yeah.
you know.
But that's why I come
as
to
an
you
adult,
because
he looked about 20.
Okay, but he was really 15, right?
I'm a good person. I'm a religious person. I don't want to hurt kids.
For sure.
But I ended up with his girlfriend and another friend on my back and kicking me and everything else. So
Oh,
it was a difficult situation.
Okay, see, and this is why I like to get it from the horse's mouth because I've been ever since I posted the video. There's a lot of people contacting me about how
I don't have any issue. Just so we can step over here and
Yeah,
so you can
sure.
get a better shot.
Sure.
I don't have any issue with you. And
Okay,
I don't
great.
have any issue with what you do. If
Great.
anything, I'm an advocate for First Amendment, and I'm an advocate for everything that it stands for. I was a little upset though because when you came in, there's 3 girls that sit in that room.
Okay.
And when you started filming,
Yeah.
you just unnerved them.
Okay.
There are people who don't.
Well, I didn't even, to be honest, Mr. Lute, Chief Lute, I didn't.
Fine.
Fred, I didn't go in. I didn't go in there and film them. Like I didn't
Well, you
even
were
go
doing
in
it
that
from
office.
the door.
Yeah. I
They
want to
got
see
a
what was
little
going
alert.
on.
They see a guy, in this day and age, you got school shootings all the time and all these different things.
Mhm.
They saw you and how you were dressed. You had your hood up. You had a Yankee hat on. You had on
I didn't
sunglasses.
I had sunglasses, no hood up,
and
no hood
and a
up.
mask.
No hood
so
up.
but all black, and
Yeah.
it unnerved them. I'll be honest.
Okay.
So
I mean,
I was coming here to pick something up. I'm on my day off on Wednesdays. I don't work Wednesdays, so I'm coming in.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, it's one of those things where, we have some learning to do too.
Yeah.
And
that's why I
staff
do what I do. I really don't like to, when people treat me with respect, the same way you're treating me with respect right now, I'm going to treat you 100% back with respect. I'm not going to sit here and, try and escalate a situation with you because that's not my point. My point is to just spread awareness.
I'm just doing my job here, and I'm just, making a little money.
Yeah, because I heard you worked for the Suffolk County Sheriff's too. Is there any validity to you worked for the gun buyback program and that a gun was used in a crime that you said was destroyed?
No, that's not true.
There's no validity
That's
to
not true
that,
at all.
and that
And
you
in
were forced
fact,
and that
after
you were
I
forced
heard
to
that-
retire.
No, and after I heard that, I sent a FOIL request out to the Suffolk County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, yeah, I did the same.
I retired, and
I mean, you can retire for whatever reasons you have.
Yeah,
I mean,
I sent them a FOIL.
I just want to make
request.
sure because that's a pretty crazy allegation for a Suffolk County sheriff to be selling guns on the street, right?
And I know where you got that allegation from. same.
Why these people don't like you?
I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's weird, but that's what they told me, and I'm not gonna. I didn't publish that video because I don't want to publish it without talking to you first.
There's a few people that when I came here,
Yeah.
the previous chief had some issues, which I won't get into.
Okay.
He had people he had hired here. They were doing some things that we found that were, untoward and they were incorrect, and they would. I can't even go into really what they were doing because it's a matter of a discipline matter. So they
Okay.
left here. However they left. They're not here anymore. There's several of them online all the time right now, saying things about me, about the job, about the mayor, about people who work here.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I'm going to tell you.
I've heard a lot. And you know, that's why I like to take everything I hear with a grain of salt. But it's just when you hear a lot, the mayor, she goes out and gets drunk, and then a code enforcement car brings her home.
Oh, that's absolutely not true.
And
that's not true.
That you were taking signs from her political opponent. That was reported in the news. I looked that up. That was reported.
That was, and it was found unfounded.
Okay.
And that was a political attack on me, and it was set up by someone who worked here.
Okay.
And he no longer works here.
Well.
So you know you can't do stuff like that and not get caught. We caught them red-handed, and the DA's office looked into it,
and they tried to pin it on you.
No, the person who directed me to go pick up those signs.
Okay.
I went and picked up the signs, but I'm pretty squared away in how I do things.
Yeah.
I wrote the date, the time of the sign, and I wrote who told me to pick them up, and I photographed the signs.
Okay.
And I brought them right back.
Little CYA.
Put them in his office. And I even told him I didn't think it was a good thing or a good optic for someone in uniform to be picking up signs for a political.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's just totally wrong.
Definitely not.
I've seen Brookhaven Town has their highway department do that, and Suffolk County has their DPW guys do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if signs are in the wrong place, they shouldn't be there. They should be removed.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy, kind of got me to do that, and very, very coincidentally, within 20 minutes after I dropped those signs off, somebody in this community who was against the mayor and a bunch of other people came over and filed a FOIL request.
Oh, okay.
And I won't go too much further into it except to say that they got caught with their pants down big time.
Yeah.
I mean, make a lot of money here.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And
you get your pension from the sheriff's office.
I get my
right?
pension, and so I can only make what the state allows under Section 211 and 212.
Yeah.
So,
For sure. Yeah, I heard so many things after I posted that video, and I came back here again. I'm sure you know. I came back here again.
Yeah, you talked
I didn't.
to her.
Yeah, and I talked to the Joe exactly, and I didn't post that video because I wanted to give you a chance to just address it, because those are serious allegations. A law enforcement officer selling guns on the street and a gun that was used in a crime. That's a serious allegation.
I would never do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not stupid. Okay.
Yeah. That would be very, very stupid if you did.
Do you really think if I did that, I would have a pension? And going back, over a decade ago when I retired. Okay. But do you think I would have a pension and I would be and I would be able to retire if that happened?
I would hope not. I really would hope
That's
not.
not the way things work.
I would hope not.
Whoever's giving you that, God bless them.
I know. Also, you were involved in a federal lawsuit. That's true too, right?
Yes.
A while ago.
That's
for the airport, right? It's funny. I was filming outside of Gabreski Airport. I was doing that, and maybe because of that incident, maybe they learned, and I wasn't arrested.
You know how I got involved in that?
How? Tell me, because I couldn't find out your direct involvement.
Well, there were guys working. They went there. They saw weapons in the car. She had a couple of weapons and a lot of ammunition.
Okay.
And she was a little
outside of the National Guard base.
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
So when they arrested her, they didn't have anybody who knew how to clear those weapons. So I got called over there. I cleared the weapons.
Oh, as you worked for the gun unit.
Yeah, and she kept.
What's that unit called?
Which one?
The gun unit where you worked for
the License Bureau.
Yeah, the License Bureau. That's where you worked. Yeah, okay.
So the last two digits of my phone number and the property section phone number are inverted. So she kept trying to call the property section, and she was getting my office. And they kept telling you have to call the property section. So that's the only reason I was involved, because I ended up clearing the weapons.
Gotcha.
So bad place, bad time.
All right.
Wrong place, wrong time.
I hear you. I just want to make sure I'm for accountability and transparency, even for myself.
437. Thank you.
I'm not a bad guy. I'm not going to try and hurt anybody.
And you know what?
I don't want to hurt anybody. All I want to do is promote my rights. That's it.
I know. Me too. It's briefed about you.
Yeah, of course.
And I get that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so, it's not that I'm trying to start any problems or anything. I'm not doing any civil lawsuits or anything. No, my rights weren't violated. I mean, you did.
Listen.
What was a little concerning, Fred, is that you did tell the sergeant to arrest me.
No.
You said if he goes in any secure areas, you don't even have arrest powers.
I had said to you that if you go in certain places where you're not allowed, you'll call Suffolk Police and have you arrested.
Okay.
And then you said you're supposed to have signs.
Yeah.
And I said, well, we're supposed to point it out to you. That's part of that Supreme Court decision. Yeah. We have to have a person telling you can't go there or a sign. So
For sure.
I did tell you, don't go in that door. And when I came down the stairs, You went in the door, and it's on your video. You said, let me see if the mayor's here. And you tried her door.
I knocked on the door.
But yeah, well, and I had told you, don't go in there. That's not okay. That's not open to the public. So a little miscommunication. You probably didn't hear me, when I said that, but
Because I had actually thought that you had law enforcement capabilities. I didn't know that this was just a simply code enforcement, because you guys call each other constables.
What we have, according to the criminal procedure law, is when we're in a position where we're going to write either a parking ticket or a field appearance ticket for a code violation, we have the same rights and privileges as a peace officer, meaning we can tell you you're detained, we can write you, and you have to stay until we're completed. That's all.
Okay.
So it's actually not that we have no rights. We do have enforcement rights. They're just very minimal.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay.
And that's not really what we do for the most part. For the most part, what we do is we assist the public here. That's pretty much it.
And I'm going to tell you something, Fred. Not a lot of, I've heard a lot about you, and I'm sure you've heard a lot about me, right?
I have.
But
I heard from 2 guys that I know that went to high school with you.
But
it's weird, though, how that works.
Yeah, it is weird. But what I will say is I give you a lot of credit for talking to me. That's for sure, because there was a lot of, things that I was like, wow, that for a law enforcement officer to sell guns or do this or do that. And, people could be, I'm not saying I have no credible information.
Anything that I didn't own myself.
Okay.
And was my property ever.
Okay.
I'm glad it's done with. All of my personnel have been trained. They know now that they have to allow for a First Amendment audit, and they don't have to allow you to go into rooms where we have either private documents or something.
Yeah, I've seen you guys have since added
we
signs.
Have signs.
I've seen you since added signs.
So with that, I always try to recover, back up, and do better next time. That's part of life. Everybody makes mistakes. You just try to do better in the future. We can't change the past.
Everybody,
Try to do better.
You're right. Everybody does mistakes, and we just try to learn from them.
As a God-fearing guy, that's my MO.
Hey, you've had a lot of training in your career, so you know that de-escalation from the beginning will only help to help you and the other person. Because if you come in and say, "Hi, sir, how are you today? My name is Chief Lou. Nice to meet you." Especially a guy like me, I'm going to be like, "Hi, Chief, how are you?"
I was running errands. I came in here.
Yeah, because you weren't even uniform or anything. Yeah.
And I got people on Facebook going, "That guy, look how sloppy he is." I'm on my day off. What are you talking about? I can be as sloppy as I want to be. Go kick rocks. But I thought that was kind of funny. And then, you get picked on for that stuff. I'm like, give me a break.
I mean, I get a lot of hate too, man.
I was picking up screws at Ace Hardware, 5 minutes before that. Come on. So,
All right, Chief. Well, it was good talking to you. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And
I appreciate it.
No hard feelings. We did put signage up.
Yeah, for sure. And you did some retraining
because there's some sort of documents out.
Yep. And you did some retraining.
Yeah,
you did some training. Great.
We have some signs up.
Great.
And, hopefully we'll have a better Discord with anyone else who shows up and does that.
Great.
We did actually have a gentleman come, and he kind of looked around and left. I mean,
A videotaping.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Probably somebody. Obviously, somebody watched my videos.
Let me check.
Let me check it out. So. But look, and then there's nothing else to tell because you guys did it. I get it. It's not. It could be something that you've never seen before, or at least the people on the.
It could be scary to people, especially some of the women. They were a little afraid because in this day and age, they don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And they're like,
but that's why you ask, Fred.
Yes,
that's why you ask.
Well, they did.
You have a conversation. I said that I'm a journalist working on a story.
Well, that was a little later
but the story is, and when people don't understand, they're like, "What story are you working on?" I'm going to let you know, Fred. The story is how you guys treat us. That's the story.
I got you,
that's the story. You know what I mean? So.
And again, no hard feelings. It is what it is.
All right, let me get another handshake. Thanks, man.
All right, man.
I'm going to get out of here.
You have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
If there's one takeaway from today's encounter, it's this: never let authority go unquestioned. Whether you're a citizen with a camera or a chief with a badge, accountability matters. Stand firm, stay respectful, and know your rights, because transparency begins when we ask the hard questions. If you ever feel something's not right, speak up. You might just be the light someone else needed.